The Chairman's Award doesn't get awarded every year. I felt that there were a couple things that happened in the greater Morgantown area. One of them being the building and opening of the new children's hospital. We've done a lot of recognition for the hospital systems, but to really go back and look at who the pioneers were that had the vision for this hospital 40 years ago.
The Morgantown Area Partnership Chairman's Award, Champion for Children's Health. Doctors William A. Neal, Larry A. Rhodes, and Robert Gustafson.
I was the only pediatric heart surgeon for almost my entire career.
Dr. Gustafson was a pediatric heart surgeon and saw children who were very, very sick from all over the state. He partnered with Bill Neal and Larry Rhodes to do these outreach clinics.
Dr. Neal established outreach clinics in West Virginia in the early 1970s. I think it was 1974. When I met him and saw what he was doing, I decided that that's what I wanted to do someday.
When Bill recruited me back to WVU from Boston, his vision was that we would have a children's hospital. And he felt very strongly that the foundation of that children's hospital had to be the development of a first-class pediatric heart surgery program to show the state that if we can do high-risk heart surgery, we can take care of all the other things that your child might have wrong with it. Dr.
Neal was one of the very first people that planted that seed, and he nurtured it until we were able to do it.
He was hired by Dr. Klingberg because we were short, and he said he could only come if we could develop a newborn intensive care unit, because to take care of the smallest, youngest congenital heart disease infants, you had to have an intensive care unit. And so Dr. Klingberg told him he could feel free to develop one, which he then came and did. Dr. Neal came here as a young faculty and spent his whole career here improving the health of children.
So much of the people who financially supported that building believed the passion that Bill and Larry and Gus had and could see the vision, because they were so passionate about it that they made you be able to picture it long before we even had architectural drawings.
I'm only sorry that Bill was not here to see the very end of it.
He died in 2021. All of the steel was up, the shell was up, but it wasn't finished.
In the old hospital, we were a little, space was a little tight.
And so now there's lots of space around. It's just way more comfortable for the whole family, because children, they do better if their parents are around. If their family members can be around and be supportive.
The other thing I think is different is how bright it is. I think there's somewhat of a healing power with sunshine.
We all get discouraged when we see how bad the public health indicators are, but what are we really doing every day to help change that and change the narrative? Bill Neal, Larry Rhodes, and Gus helped us change the narrative for children in the state of West Virginia.
The Morgantown Area Partnership Chairman's Award, Champion for Children's Health. Doctors William A. Neal, Larry A. Rhodes, and Robert Gustafson.